Hey guys, welcome back to I'm Right, He's Wrong. Today we've got a really exciting episode. My best friend is currently in the villa as I predicted. And we've got my best friend on today as a guest to join us. Her name is Tunay. Welcome.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're on this episode with me. How exciting that Ron is in the villa.
How mad. I can't actually believe I'm on this. This is crazy.
And do you know what's crazy? Before I even actually asked Ron to start doing a podcast with me, really originally I was going to do one with you.
I know.
So I feel like I've got the best of both worlds.
It's true. I feel like it's so mad because obviously we did speak about it. But for me, podcast is something that I haven't really been in the limelight before, so it's completely new to me. But for you, obviously, this is amazing, and I'm just so excited to be a part of it.
I know, I'm so gassed. Honestly, I'm so excited to have you on, but more than anything, for him to be in the villa. It's
Mad.
so exciting to see your best friend on TV. Okay, so I know you haven't had any experience in this sense.
Yeah.
But do you remember when I was in the villa and I don't know if you guys will remember this, but Tonight's face is actually quite familiar because she was literally doing weekly, daily? I don't know.
Daily,
but
to be honest.
Videos all over her socials, which I did tell her not to do because my friend can't hold her mouth.
Nah.
Yeah. So I literally, when I landed and I went on my TikTok, I saw videos of Tonight like this, yeah, defending
Had
me.
to be done.
Which I can't literally one of my realest friends. But I just loved seeing you always have my back. I loved it. It was so funny. She is so funny. She says it how it is, and that's what I love. And that's why I wanted her to be on this podcast with me whilst Ron is away.
Oh, I love that. And do you know what? It's because it's the facts. And that's what I'm known for. It's the facts. Because one, I feel like I was somewhat on the journey with you, even though we was at home and you was so bloody far away.
Because you would have known what I've been thinking, how I'm feeling. You know, when you're friends with someone for so long, you know what they're kind of going through. You just know their movements, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like everything down to a T, I knew exactly what you was doing. So if there were ever times that I feel like you was portrayed wrong, as your best friend, not going to let it run.
Yeah.
So, no,
Yeah.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So I'm
love
so
that
excited
about
to
you.
be a
That's
part
so
of
funny.
this. And I'm so excited for Ron. Let's get into the juicy nitty gritty of it.
I know.
What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think he's going to go for?
Do you know what? I actually don't know. The thing is I've been so worried about him in the sense of I really want this experience for him. So I'm so glad he's actually chose to do it. Because when I say to you tonight, there's been back and forth of me trying to say to him, please just do it. There's been so many times that they called him and he was like, I'm not sure, this is that. I'm so glad that he's actually gone for it. And I just want him to have the best experience. And I feel do you know what? I actually think he's going to go in and have the mindset of, oh, I'm not here to really be that open. I think he's got his guard up. But I really feel in the end, he's going to fancy someone that he least expected to fancy. I did say to him previously, I'd want him to be really open to it. I said, oh, Elma looks really sweet. She seems like a nice girl. Just from what I know from Towie and stuff. Otherwise, I don't really know the rest of the personalities that well, to be honest. But I just think he's going to be really fussy. But then I just think that the guy he is, he's going to end up turning his head 100 times and fancying everyone.
Yeah, I hear it. I feel like I was quite shocked Ron is going back in, to be honest, because from knowing Ron, I feel like he's not very much into that world. And, you know, him being in Love Island with Lana, their relationship seemed so lovely, but it did seem like Lana was more into him than he was into her on the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like after when they broke up, he was more into Lana.
I know.
I mean, the tables always turn.
I know, but do you know what? That's what you fucking get.
Yeah,
That's what
the
you get
tables
for turning
always
your
turn.
head round
Yeah.
100 times.
Yeah.
Even for a fucking 360.
Yeah.
That's karma is a bitch.
We love you, Ron, but
I know.
yes, girl power.
100%. So today it's going to be not I'm right, he's wrong. It's going to be I'm right. We're
We're
both
always
right.
And women
We're
are
always
right.
literally. But yeah, so I feel with them, in the end, it was as in, I think they just noticed that they were different people and weren't suited for each other. So I feel it's not necessarily, at least it wasn't a bad ending. Do you know what I mean? They just weren't compatible for each other. But I'm wondering if she'll go in next or whatever and how he'll feel. Because I'm just thinking of how is Ron actually going to feel if he saw her and she went in? Because we don't actually know that yet.
It's true, but I feel like naturally it's a weird environment. Obviously, Love Island is a lot more intense to begin with anyway. So when you're seeing your ex, you might not have seen them for, let's say in this instance, 2 years. But it's weird to be in the same environment where you first met. So I would personally be quite intrigued as well to see how things would really play out with him.
Do you know what? I think that from what I know of Ron, I think if she comes in and he sees her cracking on with someone else, I really don't think he's going to like it.
I don't think so either.
Not because he's actually got any hope of getting back with her. I think they've both made peace with the decision like they both made. But I just think he's the type of person who just does not want to see their ex with anyone else and be in, like living in that environment. I don't think that's nice to see. And I don't think it's normal. Like nowadays when we watch TV, I was literally saying to Ron one of our previous episodes, how like Made in Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
You know how they get with everyone's mans and
so
their friends slept with the same person. It's just so normal to them, right? That is not normal to us, isn't it? Like, that is fucking weird.
That's tapped.
I know, it's so tapped. Like, I think that is such a weird behaviour. Like, I love that show. I love watching it. I think it's so interesting. But we could not survive. I would literally die if that was me. I would find it so awkward. So I understand why he wouldn't like it. And I just don't think he's going to find that. I think it's going to be very testing for him.
I think so too. And I feel like Ron has quite traditional values. That's something that I feel like I've learned, which I didn't really expect at all. I feel like he's actually weirdly got a Turkish mentality.
I know,
don't you think?
right? Because you know what? Like, we are quite traditional, and I think the way we are with certain things, like where our standards are so high and blah blah blah, like some people think that we're too much, but I think it is a Mediterranean thing and a more traditional thing.
I think so too.
And he does have some of them qualities about him, and I just think it's normal though to not want to see them things. You know what I mean?
So
Even if you
normal.
don't care for your ex, I think it's normal. And also, don't forget that was his proper experience. Like they become boyfriend and girlfriend on that show. So it's going to be really hard and testing for him to see her in a different situation and not them have that journey together again.
Yeah.
If she goes on. So I'm really like intrigued to see what's going to happen.
I know. I
even
can't lie. I'm very excited.
I know.
Although I do feel like I would love him to be with Elma.
Yeah.
I just feel like Elma has really good quality. She's, you know, again, got that similar little vibe. She's pretty. I don't know. I feel like they'd really get on.
I think that too, but I just, for some reason, feel like it's not his type, which is really fucking annoying.
That is annoying.
But there are really pretty girls on there, which I'm sure are lovely. I just don't know too much about the rest of them.
I know. And I feel like men in general, though, it's kind of like, really, put a man in a Love Island villa, it's like a little boy at a candy shop.
I know.
They're going to love it.
I know.
And I'm not being funny.
This is gonna
Given
be-
his experience, Tan, I feel like there might be a little bit of a repeat.
And do you know what? As much as he says, oh no, I'm going to go with my guard up, this, that, like, I don't know who he's fucking fooling.
Yeah, never.
Because he's going to go there, see, like, I don't know, angels falling from the sky. And he's
And
gonna be
love
like,
it.
Oh, women everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just have a feeling that he's going to go with like not the player mindset, because it's actually not who he is, you know.
No.
Like he's actually really down to earth, like genuine person. But I feel like he's going to go in there fancying a few girls, be a bit confused. And then I think that whoever kind of like pulls away from him, because I've always said this and he does not agree with me with this kind of stuff, but whoever plays the most hardest to get and doesn't give him that attention, he's going to go running for, because no man wants to admit this, but they all love a chase.
Everyone, I feel like every man loves a chase. At the end of the day, if it's that easily available, they're not really going to want it.
Exactly.
Okay, so I feel like we haven't actually properly spoken about your Love Island experience.
In what sense?
Like, for example, who you was even coupled up with. I can't lie. I feel like the biggest shock was Kai, you know?
Really? Why?
Yeah, I just did not expect you to go for someone like Kai.
I know, but I just feel like now looking back at it, like what bloody options did I have?
Yeah, man, it was sparse. I can't lie. It was hard in the trenches.
No, I know that's so.
You was in the trenches.
Like they're all lovely. Like honestly, every single one of them boys were lovely, but just not my cup of tea at all. Like I feel like I can't explain what I would have wanted, because I've got what I want now. Do you know what I mean? But like I like how Edis is like a proper man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like he's a little bit like, he's got like a bit of edge, you know, he's not a pussy.
Yeah.
Do you know, he puts me in my place. I like a little, we're North London girls, do you know what I mean? Like you're from Tottenham, I'm from Edmonton. We can't do like a little boy, do you know what I mean?
You know what? Also, to add on to that, I feel like going based off the North London girls, we are so different, genuinely. And I feel like as a woman as a whole, we're a bit more alpha.
Yeah,
I feel like we're alpha women.
I think that really intimidates men though.
Proper. And I feel like I fully saw that though on your season.
100%.
That's why I was so shocked.
100%. Everyone was so like intimidated. And I feel like as well, because I just feel like people maybe get the right impression of me, but also the wrong impression of me, in the sense of like, I think they think that, oh, she's going to be so materialistic. Her standards are too high. She expects way too much. Yeah. But I think as a woman, I deliver a lot of good quality.
Fact so.
And it's not my fault, honey, that you just can't deliver.
That's it. No, I can't lie, because with Kai, bro, you had one conversation, the moon. He turned around and said something like, do you think our family see the same moon that we see? And I'm looking at the screen.
Him. Do you know what he was trying to say at the time? Like, if you ever missed home, because I really was homesick. Like, you know how much I love my family, yeah? He was trying to basically say that, don't worry, like, there'll be... You're basically... it's really stupid.
Your family see the same moon that we see.
His intentions were really sweet, but I was like, you know what my response was? Not being funny, Kai. My parents aren't going to be in the fucking garden looking at the moon. They're going to be watching me on TV.
Nah, man, that was comedy, but it just made me think,
so
this
funny.
geezer's not for her, man. None of them were.
None of them were for me. No. But like, look, I'm so blessed in the sense of like, look how everything worked out for me. Do you know 100%. What I mean? And like, everyone goes in there for different intentions. Like, even the people that are probably going it now, most of it is going to be for fame, like money, this is that. And you know what? Good for them. Do your thing. Do you know what I mean? But I've learned so much in the last 2 years, like that the real, like my real goal and my biggest achievement is actually being happy in my life and actually finding true love. Do you know what I mean? And like all these things, like I've got so many things that I've accomplished myself, like my own business. Like I don't need Love Island to make me successful.
Yeah,
or any of that shit. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And like, even after Love Island, going to events and stuff, you see I barely go to any. I can't be bothered for them. Like, unless I go to an event if I actually like the brand or if I think I'm going to enjoy it. Do I drag Ron with me half the time? Yes, because I've got social anxiety.
Yeah,
because I don't want to speak to no one new. It's really bad of me. I really need to snap out of that. But I just think that I'm so glad that that life didn't change me in that sense. You know what I mean?
But you know what? On a deeper level... I feel like something that people don't talk about enough of is when you go on an experience like Love Island, I feel like you do have that kind of social anxiety, that pressure, that it all just kind of comes with it.
Yeah, it does.
And you really felt that.
Yeah, I did feel it. Like, it's weird because I feel like it didn't, like my mental health was still okay. Yeah. And I don't feel like, one thing about me, I always said, like, I'm really strong in the sense of, like, I didn't really care for people's opinions.
No.
But again, I was never really put in that situation. Like, when I come out, I got so much love from everyone that I had such a good experience. Do you know what I mean? But I fell into like the relationship so quickly with Eddie's that I just don't even think I cared about that world anymore. Do you know what I mean?
It just pulled you away from it kind of thing.
Yeah, like, and I don't know. I just never really got to experience all maybe the bad side of things that other people experience. But I get how for others it could be like a lot to handle. And also like having to, I think being an influencer is so hard as well. Like having to post your life 24/7. Like that's something I don't personally do. And I just think when I see other people do it, I think, well, good for you. Like they're posting their what they eat for breakfast.
What time they shit.
Or what time they fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like what time they shower. How, like, I don't know, how many fucking times they have sex a day.
Yes,
all their videos with their partners throughout the day where they go for dinner, this, that. And I just think, oh my God, you're so sad.
Listen, each their own, innit? If that's the life you want to live.
No, but I rate them at the same time. Like, good for you. You actually, like, it is hard work.
It's
to
hard
even
work.
edit and do all that stuff. It is such hard work. But I just personally enjoy my life too much to have to do all of that.
Yeah, I hear it.
Full time anyway.
Would you say you'd never do All Stars? Let's say if you was obviously single and never in the situation that you're in currently now, would you do All Stars ever again?
I think it's a tricky one because obviously my mindset now is like so like far away from that, and obviously I'm engaged.
Yeah.
But say things didn't pan out this way for me and I was single. I've always said like with this, like I've even told Eddie this as well. Like I think it's such a opportunity. Why not do it? But I think I'd honestly be in the same situation. I'd go in there knowing I'm not going to like anyone. Genuinely, because another thing, I don't think I could ever take a man seriously or want to be with them if they've gone on Love Island. Because not a majority of them don't have the characters or personality that I would look for in a man. Do you know what I mean? So I think my intentions, if I ever did go in, would not be like to find love. It would just be for the opportunities. Sometimes I do think that it's good to go back, but sometimes I also feel like it can damage you. Does that make sense? Like not because of the show though, more because like I don't know, like sometimes people just aren't for that life, and I feel like just all the stuff that comes with it. And sometimes too much fame and all that stuff is not really healthy. I don't know. I think you've really got to enjoy it and really care about telling people your life, keeping them updated and this, that, and love being centre of attention. I love it to a certain degree. But at the same time, I also just don't care for people's stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. So my answer to that is yes, it's an opportunity. I don't think there's anything wrong to go on it. Maybe I would have if I was single, but yeah, it would never be because I think I'm going to meet anyone on there 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, my reasons for being like to go on if I did
Like business.
it would be business, definitely not any genuine reasons because I would have no intentions of finding love there.
Yeah, I hear it. And I kind of feel like it's such a 50-50 with Love Island, especially All Stars, because I feel like you can go on it and absolutely smash it. But I also feel like people who've gone on it previously before in the past have also tarnished their reputation, really. And they've always said they would never, ever do Love Island again. So it's kind of, do you take it as, listen, I had my time, I had my opportunity, I'll build something different? Because in my opinion, one thing that's good with Love Island is quick fame. So you go in, you get your quick fame, you make your bag, whatever, come, build your business, do whatever, branch out from it. But I do see why people do tend to go on again because, again, like I said, it's just, it's just that little boost. It's that little bit of quick fame, but it is a sticky one because I feel like you can be sometimes a little bit tarnished from it as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel like sometimes you're better off going your own way.
Okay, let's talk predictions. Who do you think Ron's going to get on with boys-wise? Because I feel like last time, the boys low-key, I don't want to say the word bullied, but singled him out, really.
Yeah, 100%. I really hated seeing that, you know. Like, especially when I left, it happened so much more. And it's like, you know what it is? I feel like that happened to me when I was in there a little bit as well. Like, why do people care what other people are doing? You're in there to find love and focus on your own journey. Why are you so bothered what other people are doing? But you know what? In life, you're always going to realise, people always want to do better than you. It's so fucked up, innit? But like people in there just want to do better than you. It's such a competitive environment. That's one thing I really felt in there. And like when I left and I saw it, I couldn't, you know, like I had to message his parents at sometimes, like at points, and I'd be like, I hope you're okay. Like I've actually stopped watching it like at certain points because it would really upset me and it was really pissing me off, like how they were treating him. But do you know what? One thing I know is he's not a dickhead and he's not going to stand for it, especially this time round if anyone done that to him. I do feel like in the end he was sweet, he blessed it with everyone, but I found him too nice, if anything. But this time round I feel like he'll get on with Luca because he's already friends with him. I know that. Yeah. Curtis, he mentioned before like how I don't think he's like his cup of tea. I don't know. I just feel like they're such different people. I feel like they're not going to vibe at all. But at least I'm glad to know like he's going to go and then he's going to have a friend like Luca and at least he's going to be comfortable with someone. Do you know what I mean? Because I know like last time I was that person for him. Do you know what I mean? And like now he's going to have someone else there to support him through the journey because I know he's going in there a little bit more guarded than last time. So I don't know. I just hope that I think that will make him come out of his shell a little bit. And I think that's going to open the opportunities for him to just be himself more. And yeah, I just feel like I think he'll settle in.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, it's really good he's got Luca, number one. Curtis, I can't lie, it's giving moist. It's giving moist. Listen, I'll be real. From a viewer's perspective, I mean, it's been so long since he's been on the screen anyway, but was not my cup of tea at all. I just feel like a little bit of a eccentric character, I might say.
100%. Yeah. Like, it's so moist.
Yeah, man, let's be for real. Marcel, I feel like he'll get on with. Marcel's cool. He's from, is he North London or is it just, I don't know. But anyway, London, I feel like there's just so much more, it's just more relatable, really.
Yeah, more like us.
Yeah, just more like us.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I hope he gets on with him because I feel like his character will be more like ours. I can't even lie.
Yeah, do you know one person who I feel like he might not get on with though?
Who?
Ronnie.
Yeah, because Ron is the most competitive person ever.
Yeah.
He's a Leo.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to, you know, Ron would never admit this yet, but he loves to be the centre of attention.
Number one.
I'm the best. Like, it's like an ego thing, innit?
Yeah, man.
Even though he's not like, it's not like a bad intentional way. Like, he just can't help it. It's an ego thing. Like, I just think it's a Leo thing.
I feel like they've got similar characteristics. And if there's going to be two people who are going to be head to head or go for the similar type of girls, it's going to be Ron and Ronnie. So really, it's battle of the Rons.
Yeah, I'm not being funny. There's not much of a fucking battle.
But the problem is, I feel like with Ron, what he might experience, because where he's been so closed off, and although he always says, you know, he had a good side of the experience from Love Island, but he always says that he kind of experienced the bad side in the sense of, let's say, for example, like we just mentioned about the boys, etc. And it's made him a bit more guarded with women because he was really, you know, cut up about his relationship with Lana. So I think that could kind of work against him a little bit. So he might not be as comfortable with the girls. And hopefully with Luca being there, he might settle in a bit better. But I think having the girl side, it's really important to have the boys side, you know, healthy, a good environment, so you flourish on both senses. But yes, him and Luca get on, but they're very similar aesthetically.
Yeah, do you know
looks
what?
wise, I feel like they're going to go for the same girls.
I agree. And do you know what? I think the same girls are going to go for both of them.
Yeah.
Because they both look very similar. They
and
have
it's that
the same
Essex
look.
vibe as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think they look very similar. They're probably, I'd say, the two like most good looking, I think, in the show. So I feel like it's going to be the battle of Luca and Ron, really. You know, like when I used to watch it before going on my series, like I used to think, how do people cry over these boys?
I know,
after 2
I can't,
days?
like, I die.
I used to take the piss out of these girls, be like, get a fucking grip. But when you're in there, I kid you not, like it is so heightened. Like you have no choice but to get to know these people. If this was like us on the street, like, and a guy spoke to us, we'd be like, fuck off. Obviously we're engaged anyway. We're both engaged, by the way, guys. But like we'd be like, fuck off, sort of thing. Like I feel like people don't have a chance as much, especially like guys are so much more shy to speak to everyone like nowadays. But I feel like in there you have to be vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there. So I think that's where everyone's just going to have more of a chance. And that's why I understand now when people get so emotional and develop all these feelings and this, that, and also you can't communicate with the outside world. You have to feel close to these people. You're waking up to them. They are your family.
It's
Do you know
true,
what I mean?
hear it.
Even if they're arseholes, they're your family for the duration of your stay.
That's mad, isn't it?
All right, so a quick change of topic, but I've been getting asked a lot of questions from a lot of you ladies, how to keep a man on his toes, and like initially just in like the beginning period, early stages, how to basically secure your dream man. And I want to know, what is your advice?
So mine is actually really funny because I feel like I don't know what to say. I've been with my man for 9 years and he kind of just fell into my lap, really. So when I was younger, our history is so funny. I fancied him so much. But obviously being raised Turkish and very, very strict parents, I could not do anything about it. So when we were 15...
That's so sad though.
I
like,
know!
Why did we get raised in such like strict like homes? You know what I mean? Like, even though I think it's so good and it's a blessing now, thinking, like looking back at it, because of the way we are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I had to lie so much to my parents.
So
like,
much.
if they knew the lies I told them,
Yeah,
so
man.
sad.
So sad.
They would literally have a heart attack. But otherwise, we couldn't do anything.
Nothing.
I couldn't even leave my house.
My first romantic date I had with my man back in the day when I was like 14 years old, I told my dad I was going to the cinema. Bear in mind, you know what cinemas are like? 2 hour slot, mate. That's all I had. My dad would drop me off and pick me up. I swear to God, my sister held it down.
But you know what? 14 is really young. I can't even lie. Like, if I had kids,
it is.
I can't lie. You know, I'm going to be such a protective like mother. Like, I'm not letting them do nothing. Like, you ain't having a boyfriend at 14.
Yeah, it's mad.
16,
it's true. It makes me
18,
sick.
just about. And I'm watching your every move.
Yeah.
I'm going to like hire a private detective to watch you.
Yeah, 100%.
Walk down the road, bruv.
Bro, I've always said I would chip my child's head if I could, so I can trap their every single location.
I'm going to put a tag on them.
Yeah, man, I'm on that. I can't lie. I'm fully on that. But listen, it worked out because we linked up when we was about 14 years old, had a little peck. Then I absolutely shat myself thinking,
slut.
I know, proper whore, thinking my dad would hang me for ever even looking at a boy romantically. So he basically didn't speak for however many years. Fast forward, I don't know, 3-4 years later, here we are today, and then 9 years later, I'm engaged, bitch.
Yeah.
So going back to how to keep your man on their toes, I'm out of the game, bro. I couldn't really tell you.
You know,
but
it's
I
actually
live through
mad,
your
though.
lot of stories, like
Yeah.
everyone's, like my friends from previously when they've like dated and stuff. Because I feel like I've got a good solid little head on my shoulders. Do you know what I mean?
I just would go into things blind, literally. Like,
Yeah,
it was
man.
literally like, I was an idiot.
Do you know what it is with you though? Because
I feel like I really had fun, like as in I never really done anything bad either. I was quite innocent, but as in I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, la, 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 la. I loved it when I'd go on a date and people would be like, do you want to be my girlfriend? I'd be like, oh, I love it. Like, now thinking back to it, first dates, that's not normal.
No, can we actually get on to why you would? Is because you would be licked off your rocker because you'd be so drunk and you'd love the attention. Like, yeah, he's my boyfriend. He loves me. I love him. Idiot.
But then the next day I'd wake up and call Tunay and be like,
I hate him.
I don't know why I said yes. Now God, I'm in a relationship. How do I get out of it?
Honestly, every single time. But in general, I feel like how to keep your man on their toes is, listen, relationships are all about respect. You have to respect your man has to respect you. But more importantly, I feel like a man's got to have to be protective. And also, you can't give too much in the sense of, you got to let the man be the man.
But say like the first initial dating like stage. Say, okay, so this is one thing me and Ron actually discussed like previously in one of our episodes, right? Someone asked us about on a first date, like say if someone picks you up, and I turned around and I said to him, someone has to. Well, I think I actually said that. I think whoever's asked you on a date has to pick you up from your front door. Bro. And then we got onto the topic and he was like, yeah, but what if they live like an hour away? Then you got me. No fucking chance. No. I don't care. Like that is no go to me. Like if you're not picking then you're not taking me on a date.
No.
Then I'm meeting my friend.
Yeah, facts.
I'm literally meeting my friend. Who are you? No. This is not romantic.
No.
Oh, and you don't feel special that way, right?
No, I feel like a man has to pick you up. A man has to pay for the bill.
100%.
Because listen, this is how it makes me die, because obviously I haven't been on a first date since I was about 5 years old, but I feel like this is how it should go. The bill comes, the girl should pick up her bag and be like, oh, let me pay my share.
No,
and then, I actually die at this though. And then the guy's like,
even that.
No, of course not. I'm covering this. You got to be like, no, honestly, like, let me just at least pay my share.
Too much, Tunay. No, this is what happens. Are you sure you got this? Obviously you got it, you wimp.
Nah, I quite like the fake. Let me just
that
pay.
Is being
but
fake.
It's got to be fake.
You're still kind of offering.
No, bro. If a man offers, if a man takes it and allows you to pay,
of course not. They can't take it.
Forget it. He's getting cast.
You ain't seeing me again. See you later. Block and delete.
Block her the everything. Block her the Instagram. Block her the Facebook. Block her the everything.
Literally. So I feel like I would say that is one of our main points in dating. I would say personally for me, I don't know what you think, but never to kiss on a first date.
I don't know, I'm kind of torn on that, because I feel like in my romanticized fake world, I feel like that's such a nice ideal in the sense of, I don't know, it's like a little bit of a film, innit? You like someone, it's like really intense and you have like a really nice sweet kiss, but at the same time, I don't know, you don't want to give them a bit too much in it. So
yeah, like listen, there's actually nothing wrong with kissing on the first date, but I just think just to keep them on their toes a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing I want to ask you is, because a lot of people have asked me this, and I actually find this one quite hard.
Yeah.
Would you, actually not hard, it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
Would you rather date a cheat who gives you the world though, he's rich, he does everything for you, a ugly guy who's short, you got to add that in there, innit? But loves you, cares for you, does everything for you, or a broke man who gives you the world in whatever way he can?
This is light work to me. The broke man, 100%, because I'll break it down. The ugly person, listen, as much as people like to say personality is so important, which 100% it is, you need sexual chemistry. You need to be able to look at your man and say, wow, I think you are the most beautiful being ever.
1 minute, you also need to not look past them if they're that short.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Height is a big thing, but do you know what? I feel like height is a big thing if they're, as in like, I wouldn't mind if someone was just a bit above me and they're not the tallest, because our partners aren't the tallest, I'll be honest.
Yes, listen,
but,
it's a Turkish
but they're
thing.
not shorter than us.
Yeah.
And with heels on there, they're
it does.
It does the job.
It does. Listen, I'm 5'8", so look.
Yeah, for you it's hard.
It's hard, but same time, my man's height is perfect, so I'm good. So in that sense, no, definitely not the ugly person. The rich one over my dead body. I do not give a shit. I actually don't care if my man's rich. I'll be real. As long as my man can provide for me, my man can be there for me, emotionally support me, the most important part for me anyway. Of course, we can't be deluded and say completely broke in the sense of can never ever be able to provide for you. But in the scenario where I'm picking out of the three, 100% I'm picking the broke man, because why? The broke man's going to support me emotionally. Life ain't easy. So people who go through real things in life will understand what a good man means, which isn't just to be able to buy me designer and take me Nobu and blah, 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 blah. No, my man needs to be there for me emotionally. My man needs to be able to support me, support my dreams. And I'm going to do the same for my man. And one day we'll grow and flourish together. And you know what? Beautiful love story, mate. Because we'll be broke together and then we'll grow together and be so rich and we can go wherever the fuck we want to go.
But what if he is broke but lazy?
Yeah, but that's a different scenario, innit? Broke and lazy. I don't know. As long as he makes me happy, I can't lie. I'm still picking the man who makes me happy and ain't fucking cheating on me with Sharon from next door, mate. Yeah. Fuck that. No way. Listen, I have a conflicted personality. Sometimes I'm jealous, sometimes I'm not. But if my man fucking turned his eyes, what you're telling me after a good solid little 9 years, my man's going to turn his eyes, No, broke, rich don't mean shit. I'm picking the broke man.
Yeah, 100%. I get what you're saying.
What would you think?
For me, okay, I would obviously I wouldn't go for a cheat ever, because I feel like I've been in situations like that before, and it's something that I think will really traumatize you. And it's just not nice to ever feel like, I don't know, you can't respect that person.
No, man.
You really can't. And I think you, more than anything, you don't respect yourself if you're putting up with that, and you continue to live with the same person doing that to you, and they show no remorse. Like, there's been situations where people, I do believe, can change. But I think if you're married to someone, or you're with someone now at this grown age, and they're cheating on you over and over again, but they think that money can buy you, they can go fuck themselves. Like, that's one thing for me I would never ever want to live with. And like, I get how some people say like, oh, but they can give you the world and that makes you happy.
No,
I can give myself the world, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need your money. I got my own money. Like, why do you think I work so hard? Because if Edis ever does dirty on me, because you just never know with anyone, yeah? Then, brother, there's no loss for me. I can move on with my life. And that's why it's so important to be independent as a woman. Even though I always go by the whole, I love being like the feminine role and man providing and doing everything for you, I still don't rely on that. And I think that's one thing that's really important for you guys to know as well, because you protect yourself by being independent. So yeah, I would never go with the cheat, because I could not sleep at night, and I probably would kill him.
Yeah. 100%. Behind bars, bro. Behind bars.
I will be behind bars all day long, bruv. You are not sticking your dick in someone else yet. And
over my dead cold body.
Yeah, literally. I'll kill you, bruv. And it's not even a joke.
No. Joke. Yeah, for disclaimer reasons. That was all a lie.
Believe what you want, though. Yeah. But, so the short and ugly, I couldn't look past, because you could give me the world. And I know that's so sad to say, but if I don't find you attractive, then I'll be the one cheating on you.
You devil!
I'm joking.
Leave his ass.
But as in, come on, naturally, I would never cheat. Like, as in, it's not in me.
Not.
If but what I'm trying to say is, our heads would turn tonight. Like, let's be honest.
No,
like,
but I wouldn't be in that situation.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So if you was forced to be in that situation, would you not start looking elsewhere, thinking, fucking, what am I with? A short and fat and ugly?
Yeah, listen, it ain't happening.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to be attracted to your man. They don't need to be perfect, though. I don't agree with, like, I actually have dated guys that are so good looking and honestly had zero personality whatsoever. Dead. So I don't agree on them, like, being perfect. I don't mind if they're a little bit, because I think guys are lucky. They can get away, of not having, like, the best looks, but having charisma.
Yeah, I agree.
So they're very fucking lucky, because, if that was the other way around, we would have no chance.
Poor sods, innit?
No chance. Honestly, we are very unlucky, because we have to put our faces on in the morning and lie.
Do our hair and do everything.
Yeah, so I feel like, in that sense, no, I couldn't, because I would need to find you attractive to some degree. But do they have to be perfect? No, because like I said, guys get away with it with their personality.
Yeah, agreed.
So very fortunate for them. The broke one, I would have to pick. But if he is lazy and has no drive in him, just because I'm someone who, I'm so driven, I'm so motivated, I love working, and I just could not do it in that sense if he was broke and lazy. If he had no drive, then I would rather be single and die alone.
Well, yeah, listen, I think drive is everything, because laziness is not just what you offer to a relationship. It's everything. It will affect your whole life as a father, as a husband, everything. As long as, for me, a man is driven, like I said, listen, you need money to be able to support your family. That's the main thing. I'm very old school with stuff like this. Your man's got to be able to be a provider, not just financially, in regards to everything, just to make you and your family feel safe. As long as I have that, I can pay my bills, I'm good.
You know what's so funny though? Like, we were speaking about this with my sister the other day. Do you remember? And she was
my
like,
God.
Are you mad? And she goes, you lot are nuts. She goes, I'd pick the cheat who's rich.
Yeah, that's
She's
mad.
like, who's going to fucking support my family? She's like, what? I'm going to have to do it all on my own and they're not going to support my family. She goes, I'd be thinking of my bills and this, that. And I actually do understand it. Obviously, my sister was saying, guys, just so you know, a bit of context, that she would not be sleeping with him. She would not actually be with him if he was doing anything like that. But I get like that perspective to it as well. But me, I couldn't, and I think she also agrees, and my sister would not part with that either. But I understand that idea of that, but I just could not like be happy and sleep at night knowing someone's doing me dirty.
Like, I get it, don't get me wrong, but same time I feel like I would much rather pay my own bills than come home to a very unhappy house and an empty shell marriage, which is honestly, I'd say, my worst nightmare.
Yeah, and 100%. But also, like, I rate you so much for that, you know, because I feel like with us, we're very, even though we have different like points of views, I feel like we're so similar in that sense, you know. And that's something that can never, like, no one can dangle a Birkin in front of me and be like, and I'd go running.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'd go running for the Birkin and come back. But,
Yeah,
but
no, man.
you could not tempt me. If anything, if you was dripped out in designer, I'd be like, ick. Because you're showing me, I know this is really bad to say this, but you're showing me that's all you're, like, that you think that's all you've got. No, but that's all you think you've got to show me. And that's what you think I want from you. That's all you've got. That's your only worth. Does that make sense? So you think that money and being flash is what is going to make me fancy you, and that's really sad because that means you've got nothing behind it. Do you know what I mean?
Dead. I can't lie.
So yeah, I agree with you on that one, and I would never ever want that for myself. So I would definitely go for the broke one, but I'd also be very sad.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to be broke, but I always think how I would live my life is how I would want my future daughter to live her life.
And you know what? How, like, you are is what you teach your kids in the future as well. And like, I would never want to show them that being with, like, say if I was in a marriage sometimes, or people that I know like that are in marriages that are unhappy, they're in that situation and their kids see that, and that's like, that's trauma for the kids, but also like you're showing them in some aspect that it's okay. I do always say though to you, like, growing up in situations like that, you always either learn from it or you can follow it. It doesn't make you that person.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? You don't always follow your family's footsteps, but I do think that it's not healthy to teach someone who's young that that's okay.
No, 100%. Like, I'm a child of divorce, so for me personally, all I would ever want from life is just a very loving and happy home. I think money and everything else always comes secondary. It's important, but I just care to be happy. I don't care for the finer things in life. Obviously, every girl wants nice things, but all I care about is to be happy. So whatever comes with it, whatever my man is, as long as he's good to me, he supports me, we're good. We'll have a very beautiful life with beautiful kids, inshallah.
And that's what I think for everyone else. Like, I think that's a massive thing for someone like to take on board, especially like if there's any like younger girls watching, because I feel like it's so easy to see social media now and get carried away with all the fake shit. Because like even us girls, like when we're watching stuff, oh, I want that, I want this, I want that, but then it's like another thing, don't work hard for your money while you're young, and spend it on shit that you can't afford right now. Spend it on your house, things that you need, like things that are going to build your future, because that's what's going to make you rich.
100%. And honestly, travel guys, because your life is far too short. And this is one thing I've really realized with growing up.
Stability and memories.
Yeah, man. Like, growing up and you realize life is actually so tough. And this is a part of the world that I feel like people are really too scared to speak about. Life is really tough, and you've actually just got to experience your life. Live a good life. Live a happy life. Live a life full and filled with love, because it's very long out here. I can't lie.
Yeah, the streets are cold.
The streets are cold. Stay indoors. Stay home.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like and subscribe. And on the next one, we will be talking a little bit more about my bestie, Ron, and what he's been up to in the villa.
See ya. Like and subscribe.